My name is Alistair Lee, and in this video, I'm going to walk through the process of adding a theme to your Adobe Connect room. Themes are a new feature of Adobe Connect 12.10, and you'll notice when you're creating a new room, whether that's a meeting room, a seminar room, or a virtual classroom, in addition to being able to select the template for the room, which is the building block, the blueprints for the room that defines what layouts are in the room, the background image of the room, the content in the room, we can now select a theme for the room. And I've got a couple of themes here, including some that I've just recently added, Photoshop and Illustrator. And I can preview these themes right from the new room creation screen. By default, we're using the custom theme, and every customer will have both a custom theme and a standard theme. The standard theme can't be modified. This is the out-of-the-box theme with Adobe Connect. The custom theme will include any modifications that you've made to that standard theme, so that with the 12.10 upgrade, you're not going to see any changes. You're not going to get reverted back to the out-of-the-box theme. This will incorporate any customizations you've already made. But now we're also able to create additional themes. And the themes, as you can see here, include changes to the room interface. That includes things like the menu bar here at the top, the color of the icons in the menu bar, the color of the pods and the pod titles, even the color of the background of the room. So we've got room interface options here. We've got intermediate screen options here, and we're using the default in this case. And we can also define virtual video backgrounds that work with this theme, so that when I turn on my webcam, I've got a specific set of virtual backgrounds that I can select. So here is the custom theme, which is actually the same as the default theme in this case, because we hadn't changed it, or the standard theme. But I've got a Photoshop theme now, which changes the menu bar to more of a Photoshop blue. We've added the Photoshop logo in the top left corner. We've got different colors for the background of the room, different colors for the title bars, and even the text here and these icons are a slightly different color compared to the standard theme. In addition to the room interface, this Photoshop theme incorporates new imagery for logging into a room, for joining a room, for exiting a room. You can see we've got a custom background image here. And we've also added a Photoshop-specific virtual background for somebody to use with their webcam. If I go back to room interface and choose Illustrator, again, we're customizing this to match the Illustrator brand with different colors for the menu bar, for the icons, for the background, for the pods themselves. So how do we do this? Let me cancel out of the new room creation and go over to administration. So this is something that can be done by an account administrator by going to admin and then customization. And this is the same place that you would have gone previous to Adobe Connect 12.10 to customize Adobe Connect. The difference now is that you can create multiple themes and then choose which theme you'd like to use as you're creating the room. So you can see here, I've got the Photoshop theme selected with all of those changes that we've just looked at. Over here on the right, I've got the option to customize this theme. And customization gives us the ability to add our own logo. This is the logo that shows up in the top left corner. We can even customize where that logo should redirect somebody if they click it. We can add alternate text. And most importantly, we can change all of the colors that are being used as the room is created. That includes the menu bar at the top, the titles and icons in the room background, the pod bars, as well as the text that goes inside of those pod titles. I can also modify the intermediate screens by uploading a 1080 by 1920 image. I can add an additional logo here if I want additional branding as somebody is joining a room, entering their name or logging in. And I can also upload my own virtual video backgrounds here and choose whether I want just my custom backgrounds to show up or both the custom backgrounds as well as the out-of-the-box backgrounds. So these can all now be set as part of the theme in Adobe Connect. Once I'm happy with all of these changes, I can just hit apply in the bottom right, and that will take effect. Any new rooms created using this theme, or any rooms using this theme that are already created, once reopened, will take into account all of the changes that I've just made to this theme. That's a quick look at applying custom themes to Adobe Connect. Thanks for your time.